Next question is from Larry. And Larry asked me a question. It's going to be, I'll have to put up with this question for about 2 more weeks, I'm hoping, and then it'll never raise its head again. In my career, a few things have come up, and people just keep asking about it until I hit saturation point. What do you think of Z Health? What do you think of CrossFit? What do you think of lunges? What do you think of? And Larry asks, in the last 2 episodes, you address the game changers. I can't quite put my finger on where you stand based on your limited comments, but I am generally curious. Can you clarify your stance on the movie and on vegan diets for athletes? Well, I haven't seen it, and I'm not going to. I'd much rather watch Disney Plus and watch The Mandalorian and Star Wars. Listen, this is still the problem with this kind of thing. I break my world into 4 parts. What I do: health, longevity, fitness, and then performance. Health, I use Maffetone's definition, the optimal interplay of the human organs. You find out by blood tests, medical exams, eye exam, dental exams, and to see what your health is. And health is going to be an appropriate place between 2 extremes usually. Longevity is a quality and quantity issue. In my family, we don't tend to have a lot of longevity, but we have good lives. The third is fitness. That's ability to do a task. And then what I work on is performance. When they call your name, when the rocket comes in, when the whistle blows, you step up and perform. Okay. I'm not sure. You got to be very careful when you read books like The Blue Zone. You got to be careful about reading anything, really, because as we found out just a few years ago, Ansel Keys handpicked his results from that famous study. It is possible to live on practically any diet. If you go, and I have traveled around and you meet, people who were World War II and basically had nothing to eat for a few years, and they're, well, it's not so much now, but a few years ago, someone in their 90s who basically starved for 2 decades. You got to be real careful when it comes to the next 2 areas, fitness and performance. Frankly, my best efforts are on with no food in my body, in a starvation mode. So I'm always concerned when someone cherry picks evidence. Every single person involved in the show has a financial thumb on vegan. Arnold, as I understand it now, he is now promoting a vegan protein powder. Well, that should be clear right in the beginning. I watched that. There's a high school coach who proved that he could lose weight on the all McDonald's diet. Well, he was also being paid by McDonald's. So you have to just be very careful sometimes when money is involved. Frankly, I don't care what you eat. If you throw the discus 75 meters and you're a vegan or a carnivore, I don't care. You're the new world record holder. If you can be a vegan and not bother me constantly about what you eat, good for you. That's one of my big knocks on CrossFitters and vegans, is they're always telling you with that little air of superiority about how they eat. It's much like when someone joins a new religion and all of a sudden they have the answer to all questions. That just gets difficult for me. I'm not sure humans are evolved. We're clearly omnivores, but I'm not sure that, watching a documentary on the same place I watch How I Met Your Mother is going to change my mind on a lot of things. As my daughter pointed out, be very careful about getting your information and entertainment from the same source. It can cloud the issues a little bit. I don't know what you wanted me to say, Larry, but these aren't, nutrition is not exactly my thing, I mean, certainly you have to have opinions on it if you're a strength coach. You have to, or performance coach. I found that this particular show was divisive as anything in the political sphere in the UK or the United States that's going on right now. And the last thing we need is more divisiveness. So I don't know. I just don't know if I could watch another food documentary. I just don't know if I have the patience for it. I did enjoy the one about the guy who just did juicing for a year and lost all the weight. I enjoyed that one. I don't know why I liked it, but I found it fascinating. All right.